review, guys? Back with another fresh final review. And today we're looking at the Xplus 30cm Godzilla 1975. Bam! That's what's up. Okay, so this figure came out September 2017. Okay, I got the standard version. If you didn't pick up the standard version, you went with the Rick. The Rick came with an extra MechaGodzilla head that Godzilla can hold in his arm here. Okay, now, so I got some notes here because I forget these things. The Rick was about $175 if you went that route. If you went with the standard like I did, you probably spent around $155, $160-ish, depending on the exchange rates and whatnot. Okay, so you're saving yourself, you know, $20, $25 if you go with the standard over the Rick. Okay, at the time of this recording, this standard is still available on Hobby Search. So if you're interested in picking this figure up at the end of this review, go to Hobby Search. I get nothing out of it except more Xplus figures are sold and there's more fresh vinyl in the world. Boom. Okay, so that's standard. I got the standard. Blah 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 blah. Okay, let's talk about the box real quick. Here's the box cover. It's really cool. I actually dig it because, you know, it's this, you know, it feels like we don't really get these box covers all that often anymore. So that's it. Got the Godzilla on the front. Bam, Godzilla 75. Whoop-de-doo, ding-dong, yippee-ki-yay. And that's that. Thank you. Come again. Okay? Now, this is the first 1970s Godzilla, okay? This is the first 70s Godzilla in the 30cm scale, all right? Now, actually, Cody Roberts going to give a shout out to you. You took a Godzilla 68 30cm. You converted yours into a 71. Was it 71 72? 72. Godzilla vs. Gigan. Really, really cool. I don't have pictures, but if you're Xplus group, call them out. Call out Cody and tell him to post the 70s 30cm Godzilla 72. It looks really awesome, okay? But this is the first 30cm 70s Godzilla we have. If you figured that out, I said it like 4 times already, okay? So, full 30cm figure too. No skimping centimeters here like the Yuji Sakai line. This figure stands at a full 12 inches tall, and you could see it just by holding it in your hand that this is a big figure, okay? Looks really, really good. The pose is nice. It's in the typical 75 pose that you would expect from the movie, so everything's good there. Tail is nicely curled back, poked up a little bit. What's good about this tail, now mind you, yeah, you got to put the tail on, you got to get him squishy soft, get the tail on, goes on no problem. The tail, it doesn't really go out that far. It arcs back a little bit, so he's not a shelf hog. Makes it really easy to display him. Really nice, okay? So that's good with the tail. Pose is good, and I dig it. He's got his arms up like we all, again, it's pretty much what you saw on the film is what we got here on the figure. Now, let's talk about some of the finer details here before we really dig into the general figure itself, the head. Now, for those of you that had 25cm Godzilla 75, we knew that figure, we know it's a debacle. The jowls were all jacked up, the lip was jacked up, you know, it was curled down instead of up like it's supposed to, like this is, for the most part. And the dorsal plates were all wrong. That figure was just a mess. Where is that mess? It's somewhere over here. Don't worry about it. We're focusing on this guy, okay? Now, this figure is not perfect by any means, but it's near perfect, okay? I think, you know, they got the overall look of the figure down pretty well. The sculptor took some liberties to give him a little bit more of a meaner look. I mean, the more I look at him, you know, it's very, I think this figure is almost spot on for the 75 version, okay? Jowls look good, the eyes look good, the lip is done right, teeth look good, everything about the face, you can't mistake this figure for anything but the 75, okay? But, you know, it feels like it's a little off, only a little bit. Maybe he's too chunky in the face or something, maybe, I don't know. But it looks really good. I think maybe it's the eyebrows. Maybe the eyebrows are too big. But it's not that bad. It's really not. There was some concerns that the hands look a little small. I didn't think about it until somebody first mentioned it, that the hands look small. It makes me think of that Burger King commercial where the guy is holding the Whopper and his hands are small and he can barely hold it. I can't even hold the Whopper. Poor guy. But these hands do look a little small. I haven't watched the movie in a while, so I have to go back and see the movie to actually get a good look at what Godzilla's hands look like. But, you know, if we're not complaining about the feet, I guess we're complaining about the hands. You know, we got to complain about something, right? Right. But I don't think the size of the hands takes away from anything of the figure, because I think this figure looks really good. I like it a lot. Early pictures that were posted on Facebook and the interwebs, you know, I was like, oh man, you know, and so you can't really judge these figures unless you have it in hand. Yeah, now there are some figures that just look horrible, no matter you see it in person or you got it in, you know, looking at a picture. So, but this figure, when I got it out of the box, I was like, wow. I was really wowed. I thought this is a great representation of the 75 Godzilla, and I was totally blown away. You can't compare it to the 25 centimeter. Just forget about it. Some collectors will say that this is not as good as the Billiken. I have not seen the Billiken in person, so I can't really say for sure. I got a couple friends that have the Billiken, and maybe, you know, however they feel, that's up to them. But this is perfect for the Xplus line. It fits in scale perfectly with Titanosaurus and MechaGodzilla 75. I think they look great. Take a look at the picture. You can't go wrong with these three figures. This cleans wraps up the 75 lineup, and I think they all complement each other very, very well. So, I mean, once we heard that MechaGodzilla 75 was getting done, I was like, oh, they got to do a 75 Godzilla to go with these guys. So it almost felt inevitable, and lo and behold, here we are. Okay, so the Billiken does not scale well with Titanosaurus and MechaGodzilla 75. It don't, okay? Don't argue with me. Don't try to tell me it does, because it doesn't. Okay? Good. Because I said so. If I'm wrong, just leave it in the comments and send me some pictures, okay? I'm not perfect, people. I make mistakes, okay? All right, so let's talk about dorsal plates. Dorsal plates are a silver spray with black in the middle of his dorsal spines here, dorsal plates, whichever you call them. So those look very good. Again, compared to the 25 centimeter, you know, those were painted bone white. That's not how the suit looked. So this is a more accurate representation of the dorsal plates for the suit. The toenails are not painted here. Actually, they're kind of like gunmetal painted, very subtle, barely any highlights there, no bone looking. Same thing for the fingernails. Whatever. I mean, it's not the biggest thing. And you know, I'm looking at this figure for the first time. His feet have really just an interesting dynamic here on the scales. It almost looks more like Gabara, real bumpy. So, feet, whatever. Seams. Let's talk about some seams. We got some seams along the shoulders, along the thighs. Not a big deal. What's the head look like? Any seams there? Head looks pretty clean, but, you know, not a big deal there for me. So the figure, it looks really good. Again, I went with the standard. Why did I go standard? Why didn't I go Rick, right? Oh, Rich goes Rick with everything. Wrong! No, not everything. I already have the 25 centimeter Rick 75 that comes with the head. Okay, so I don't need two Godzilla 75s holding MechaGodzilla heads. That's overkill. So, you look behind me. Hello, I have the MechaGodzilla 75 30 centimeter here with his head on. Now, even though, if you remember my review for this guy, when I was turning on the light features, the light burnt out on the brain head. I'm like, oh, great. Now, I wasn't going to display him with the brain head anyways. So, I got him with his head on. So, I got this with the Rick and holding his head. If I wanted to put them together, it wouldn't really match up. It was like, why is Godzilla holding MechaGodzilla's head if it's still on his head? It's like a conundrum. It's like we have an alternate universe here. It's like if Trunks came back to the future, you know, or from the future I met, you know, young kid Trunks. You know, it's like, whoa, what's going on here? We got two MechaGodzilla heads in one timeline. It doesn't add up. You know, it's like a time paradox. If you know, like back in Metal Gear Solid, screwing things up. Don't do it, okay? Anyway, so that's why I went standard. I don't need two versions of the same figure doing the same thing. I need some, you know, I just no point in that, okay? All right, so, figure looks good. No complaints from me. Get it squishy soft, tail goes right in, and that's it. Bada bing, bada boom, people, okay? Now, give me a 74 Godzilla and give me a 73, okay? I want those. We need a 70, I need a 73 for sure, and we need a 74. We need them all. Give us all of them, Xplus. All right? All right, so that wraps up my review here for Godzilla 75. Do I need to say anything else about you? Eyes look good. Teeth all individually sculpted. I think I covered everything. Yeah, that's pretty much a wrap. It's a good deal. Good figure. Still available on Hobby Search. Go get them if you want. Guys, you got questions, comments, complaints, whatever. You don't like me, want me to drink more coffee, drink less coffee, put in the comment section. You know, I should have had a cup of coffee. I'm not feeling the energy. Maybe I am. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next Fresh Vinyl review. Thank you for watching. And remember, buy vinyl, fresh vinyl. Bam!